Known for their unique style that blends tight family harmony with their acoustic instruments, the Isaacs, Lily, Ben, Sonia, and Rebecca, through their own trials, have encouraged millions through their faith in music. With 7 Dove Awards, several Grammy nominations, the Isaacs are frequent guests at the Grand Ole Opry and are popular artists on the Gaither Homecoming videos. This is their story of unshakable faith. This is Today's Life. Ben, I am so excited to sit down with you. Your name is floating around everywhere. Everyone loves you, and you're a musician, songwriter, producer. Thank you for sitting down with me.
It's an honor. It's an honor to be here.
You have quite a story. Now, you were working on your CD.
Nature Symphony.
Nature Symphony. And all of you had spiritual warfare.
Yeah.
And you're all going through some really tough situations in your life. And yours happened to be somebody in your family was dealing with addiction.
Right.
And you know, today's world, I mean, there's so many of people that are dealing with this. Can you share a little bit about your journey?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Well, thank you for having me. It's an honor to be here. Yeah, I have a family member that I love with all of my heart that battles addiction. And addiction has affected nearly every home in America. You know, one of my sisters say, as performers, you know, people don't understand that you go through things as well, especially in the Christian world.
Right.
The only difference, I've heard Mark Lowry say this many, many times, the only difference between you, audience, and us as performers is tonight we're holding a microphone. Addiction has plagued this country. And my family member, I love to say it like this, they taught me who Jesus is through their addiction. Because to me it was a personal, I'm a really strong type A personality. Therefore, I have control issues. I know that. I'm trying not to be so in control all the time. And that's not easy, but I didn't realize it was a problem, my problem, until my family member was not choosing life. They were choosing addiction. And it was devastating to me because I couldn't control it. I couldn't control when they would drink. I couldn't control when they would stop. I got to the point where I was afraid to even leave the house to go anywhere because I thought I had that much control. When I was there, they weren't going to do it. And then it finally got to the point where it wasn't true. So I had to learn to be able to say, okay, God, help me to be able to just give it to you. That's why I say that's my family member taught me who Jesus is to me, because I had to learn, and I'm so grateful. As of July the 27th of this year, they celebrate 3 years of sobriety. And it's so incredible and so encouraging. And even to the point where, for me, it's like, you know, they said to me not long ago, and they come watch us play all the time. And I honestly, I share in front of people everywhere we go that no matter what you're going through, you know, sometimes when we pray for a problem, sometimes the situation changes. Sometimes our outlook on the situation changes, and it allows us to be able to focus more on Him and see what the purpose for the pain was or is. But my family member will come and watch us play, and they say to me, you know, why is that date so important to you? Why is my sobriety so important to you? I said, honestly, for almost 3 years now, I've been able to breathe. I'm not holding my breath wondering what's next for me. Because when you've lived with someone that don't mean to hurt you, but you choose to stay with them and fight through it with them, and it's not easy.
It's not easy.
Sometimes fighting through it is backing away and letting them make their own decisions.
You know, we've lost 2 people in our family too with addiction. Sometimes you just don't know what to do because it's so devastating.
Yeah.
You get them help and they go into rehab, they come out, they get back into, you're right, it's just like you're always wondering.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, we lost our nephew, and we lost a ex daughter-in-law, and it's heartbreaking.
Yeah,
it's
absolutely.
heartbreaking. What would you say to somebody right now that's listening to you, and how would you encourage them?
I would have to say that the only way that you find peace in any of three scenarios, whether you are like me and you love someone who's battling addiction, or maybe you're the person who beat it, or maybe you're still in it, the only way to find peace in that is you have to surrender your will to God and let Him fight your battle for you. Because I really, truly believe that He will. That's the only way that we made it through. I'm grateful that my family member chose sobriety. And I know that they give a lot of credit to God, but I also know, we've had many conversations where they say to me, do you think I choose to be this way? I've said many times, no, I don't think you choose to be this way, but I do think you choose the first drink or the first whatever once you've been sober. And that was the hard
battle.
That's the battle. So my hope is that you learn to really, really trust God. And if you give Him everything, including the praise and also the bad times, that He will truly help you through it. But you got to give it all, not just a little bit. You can't hold on to some of it and say, I think maybe tomorrow I'll try this. It's got to be now and all the way.
Tell me where God has taken you now.
Personally, I'm busier than I've ever been. I stay in the studio all the time. Spiritually, I'm still on a high because of what God has brought me through. I can go to somebody and say, okay, I never had a story before. I do. But I never had a testimony that was just like, okay, this is impactful. This has changed my life until fighting this and learning. And honestly, my whole testimony, I turn about me finding my way through type A. Because when you really think that you're in control, but you're not, or it's not a good place to be. I have a great friend that tells me all the time, says, Ben, she said, being in control, having control issues doesn't mean that it's always bad, because you just care more than everybody else. It's like, okay, well, I'll take that as someone who just has to be in it. So, my happy place right now is everything in my life.